I'm Jeff Rushton, passionate volunteer, very passionate volunteer and founder of Coast to Coast Against Cancer Foundation. I find myself here in beautiful Cabot Trail, Nova Scotia in Cape Breton Island. Unbelievable. We're here on the second annual Tour for Kids for Atlantic Canada, raising money for kids' cancer camps, 4 charities out here in these beautiful Atlantic provinces. Sunny day, beautiful weather, incredible group of 150 people trying to make a meaningful difference in the lives of kids with cancer.
My name is Remy Desprez-Smith. This is my second year at Tour for Kids Atlantic. We came out last year as representatives of the Alliance Sick Children's Fund to talk about our experience with them. Because my son, who is currently 5 years old, and when he was 2.5, he was diagnosed with Langerhans cell histiocytosis, and the Sick Children's Fund helped us out. We were in a tight spot. And so we came to talk about our experience. The experience was so positive at the event last year that we decided to, so I signed up as a rider this year, and my wife signed up as a volunteer.
So Give to Live and Coast to Coast Against Cancer Foundation partnered together last year to do something meaningful for kids with cancer here in the Atlantic provinces. Give to Live has a similar philosophy to us. They're volunteer driven. They believe in giving money, 100% dollars, to the charities they support. So we formed this partnership to create Tour for Kids Atlantic. With our great sponsor, Investors Group, and all these other great sponsors you see here, this event came together. It'll be an annual event that will raise millions of dollars for kids in Atlantic Canada suffering with and through kids' cancer.
My name is Jonathan Schrader, originally from North Carolina, but live in Halifax now. And I got involved with Give to Live and the Tour for Kids ride as a result of being diagnosed with testicular cancer about 2 years ago. And I called up Todd and Ashley at Give to Live. I knew about them from some acquaintances and asked them how I could help, how I could get involved. Well, I think it's the work that the organizations do, both Tour for Kids, Coast to Coast, Give to Live. I mean, the work these organizations do is so important. And it's important for those with cancer, for adults with cancer, but it's also so important for the kids with cancer. And you're having experienced cancer, some of the not so nice things associated with chemotherapy and how it impacts the families and everything else. You know, I think it's it becomes much more meaningful, the things that we're trying to do here and the financial support that we provide to the camps and everything else.
I'm Todd McDonald. I'm from Halifax. Ashley is my much better half, and together about 6 years ago we started an organization called Give to Live, and been really lucky to do some pretty amazing things with a lot of great volunteers and a lot of participants. I don't know, you know, the founding of the organization is just based on somebody else that we saw that was going through a trying time. They just lost their father, and both Ashley and I were going through some tough times. We hadn't yet started dating or really even met, but yet we met this mutual friend, and even though he had just lost his father to mesothelioma, he was biking from Vancouver to Halifax on his own. And he had no bike, he had no motorhome, he was from Ireland, he didn't even know how far Vancouver was, and all he had was a one-way ticket to Vancouver, but he had a lot of charisma and a lot of belief in himself and a lot of belief in, you know, he would say humanity, that people will help me, I will get here. It may take me a while, but I will get here. And we were drawn to that. We were really drawn to that. And so we helped him that year get from Vancouver to Halifax. And 2 weeks before his bike ride, he actually had a bike donated by Trek, and then a motorhome, and then the sport crew. And for me personally, I just learned when you believe in good and believe in that energy, that it will happen. And I loved it. I was drawn to it. So we helped him. That year, we raised $650,000 for various cancer charities. Lo and behold, out of the blue, Lance Armstrong called, wanted to know what was going on because we were giving them a lot of money, invited us down to his house, and did some cycling with him, and we were just, you know, I was hooked. That was it. So I'm proud to say now that for 2 years, we've been able to come together and run an event together.
Dawn, who I had the pleasure of riding with a few weeks ago in Antigonish. We rode together yesterday, and I'm going to let Dawn tell you her story while she's here.
Our youngest daughter was diagnosed with leukemia in 1993. She was 3.5 at the time. She relapsed in 1994 with about 11 months of treatment to go, so she'd start all over again. When her leukemia came back, it came back in her spinal fluid, which meant that she had to have radiation and a lot more intense treatment. She developed osteoporosis and a seizure disorder from it. We spent pretty much a whole year at the IWK, so her and I were there, and her dad and our older daughter were at home. We only got to see them now and then through that year. So we were kind of a family apart during that time. So my connection to it is through Camp Good Time. Both our kids went to Camp Good Time. They went twice as a sibling and a cancer survivor. Melissa was too sick for a lot of years to go to camp, but when she did go, it offered her the opportunity to be a normal kid. And that's what she got out of it, was she was normal. She could do all kinds of other things that she wasn't allowed to do when she was on treatment. Melissa now is a healthy 23-year-old who has gone on, graduated high school. She did a bit of massage therapy school, figured out it wasn't for her. She's now a continuing care assistant and wants to study to be an LPN. And she started fundraising because of all the people that helped her along the way, so she fundraises for leukemia research. And our older daughter is an RN in New Glasgow. Both were inspired to go on to healthcare. So.